Oh, it's strong.
Did you miss her?
Oh man, she's gonna be back and running here soon.
What's up, Goon Squad? We're back at it again with the Mustang build. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe because we got some awesome stuff coming to the channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you don't miss out on anything. If you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to do that now because you'll get notified why we have been delayed on this update. We've been about 2-3 days off because we were actually on vacation, our yearly vacation. We got that out of the way. Now we're full-blown Mustang build and some more stuff coming soon.
Alright guys, as from the previous video, as you've seen, we did the whole frame rail setup. We did all the framework. It was a lot of work and time put into this. We did an all-nighter. If you didn't watch that video, go check it out before you watch this one because you'll see how much work we put in the front end of this Mustang. As of today though, we're probably going to go ahead and strip this whole front end down, get it back to the frame rails because we want to go ahead and sand them, paint them blue, paint match everything. And then after all that, we're probably going to paint the inside of the hood and the inside of the fenders and then get this thing basically ready for paint because that's our main thing is paint work and then just tune and whatnot. You got to stay tuned for all that stuff that's going to come next. But the main thing we're focused on today is to grab all this front end parts, the hood, the fenders, the front bumper, radiators got to come off again. We're going to get an OEM fluid for the radiators because people have been saying don't run the AutoZone stuff. So we're going to get the OEM fluid. And there's still some welds we got to grind, sand them, maybe do a little bit of, what is that, glazing putty. You get them all nice and smooth. And go from there because that's our main concern right now is to match them frame rails up because, you know, they're white. We didn't have time to sand them and paint them. So that's our main goal today is to get all that ready.
Get down to the welds, grind them down, make it smooth, make it look factory, and go pick up some paint and start painting the frame rails and everything else. Maybe the inside of the hood, start prepping it, and also the inside of that fender. So
yeah, but the main focus is going to be the frame rails today, right?
Yeah, exactly. The frame rails. That's going to be a good bit of work. So that's probably going to be today's video. So let's get started. Alright, hood's off. A lot of people are saying that the hood kind of looks too big, but I've seen this hood painted and I honestly think it looks pretty badass.
We're just trying to be different. We don't want to be the same 5.0 hood.
Yeah,
we always try to do it different.
And I think that's really going to catch the attention of people when they see this car.
They're going to know who's driving.
Yeah, they're gonna know Goon Squad when they see this hood, pretty much. Yeah, so
unique. There's only a few Mustangs out there that I've seen on social media with this hood. Looks really good. There's actually a blue one out there that looks really good.
Yeah, I actually had a few people send me some videos of a rolling shot of one with it painted. Man, it looks awesome. I love it. It just looks so aggressive. I mean, it looks like it should have a supercharger under there, but you never know how far we take this build. You know what I mean? It just depends.
If you guys would like to ship us out a supercharger, feel free. Email me.
But yeah, the hood's awesome. I think it's gonna look great when it's painted. It's really gonna go with the flow of the curves and nice body lines of this Mustang. So I think we're gonna be good on the hood. All right, let's keep on moving to the rest of this front end. All right, guys, so we got it all unscrewed. As you can see, it's a pretty big distance here, pretty big gap. So we are gonna get a lip, which is gonna drop it down to around right here. We're also probably thinking about getting a third or a second splitter that's gonna go here, a nice aggressive one that's gonna be standing out pretty far. So that's what we got planned for the front bumper. I think it's gonna be pretty sick.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look good. It's gonna match the side skirts. Might get something for the side skirts too.
Yeah, definitely something more aggressive.
Yeah.
It's gonna go actually really well with that hood, you know, it's like real nice and mean.
Oh yeah.
I think it needs an extra.
Put an aggressive look all the way around.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got both headlights off. Next, we're gonna take off the air box and the radiator. We're gonna have to drain the radiator again, but that's all right. Kind of sucks how we got to take everything back apart, but it's part of the process. So.
So we got the main stuff stripped down. Now it's just up to these wires. We're gonna peel them back, grind the welds, sand this, and go pick up some paint and paint these rails in, so we can go ahead and start working on the body panels and start throwing it back together. Get all the like wiring harness back in nicely, the radiators, so get the whole engine bay and everything done. So next focus is the paint work and the body work, which should be pretty easy.
Pretty simple
Stuff compared to what we had to do. So
yeah, so
that ain't nothing.
That's it right there. You know, the main repair is knocked out of the way, so got that taken care of overnight actually. So
yeah, overnight, really quick. We had to do it
who would have
quick.
thought, you know?
We had to pull a fast one on you guys.
Yeah, we pulled a fast one on there. You know, got good friends, you know, good connections hooking us up. We're gonna hook them up, so it works both ways. But most of it's taken apart here. It's bare. Who would have thought that we'd have to take it apart again? But here it is.
Easy.
Yeah, it took about, what did you say, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, probably that.
10
really
minutes
quick.
to take it apart.
Really quick, really easy.
Yeah.
Just a 10 and a 13, and you can have this whole front end.
10 and a 13 millimeter,
Yeah.
maybe 115, I don't know.
Yeah.
And some channel locks. You can't forget your channel locks, because you got radiator hoses and stuff. But
super simple. If anybody sees this, yeah, we're gonna keep straightening this out. This ain't much to support but a radiator, so
yeah,
it will straighten out a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit more straightening out, maybe put some welds to just sturdy it up a little bit, but that ain't a big deal. But these frame rails, they're all in nicely. We're gonna sand the welds down on both sides.
We're gonna actually, we may throw a little bit more welds on it.
Yeah, we'll see what we where it takes when we grind it. We might have to throw some more welds on it, but
go ahead and stand on it.
oh, it's strong.
Dang, son.
Oh, that's strong, man.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah, and the reason why we cut it right here is because there's crash points right here. These are crash points right here. So if you do have a front impact, this is where it's gonna crunch at. So that's why we didn't want, that's why we didn't cut it like right here or right here. We cut it right here, right after the crash point, so it's safer and it's up to standards. So if it does come in a front end collision again, it'll actually work really well.
Yeah, it'll still work.
It has its crash points.
As
so
it is intended. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. If anybody was wondering, we did stagger this frame rail. As you can just record from the top right here.
Yeah.
See, we staggered it right here to right here, so it'll have durability and support.
Yeah, so this side, yeah, it's gonna be a lot stronger, and this side here is longer. This side is shorter. Same for this side over here.
We staggered it as well over here.
Staggered, done right. You know, they hooked this up, did it right, and now all we gotta do is just take care of those welds, throw some more welds, and that's gonna be it for the collision. You know, the collision is fixed. I can't wait. Really looking for a cold air intake with a tune. I've been looking around, so
maybe supercharger. We don't know. We're just throwing it out there.
If there's anybody out there that's got a cold air and a tune, let us know, or a supercharger that's not getting used.
Yeah, if you got a used one, we'll buy it.
Yeah, because I mean, that'd be awesome, dude. I'd go out there and race. It's just a 6 street speed. Go out to the YouTube call out. I know street speed got stomped, but it's just a 6, so we're gonna have to stomp it's just a 6. So,
and if we get a supercharger, I'll put it up to it.
We'll have to do some more mods than he did. You know what I mean? He did some crazy mods.
So, maybe.
Yeah.
Looking forward in the future to take this to the next level.
Let's go ahead and keep moving. Pretty much, we just got to peel back the wires, right?
Yeah, peel back the wires. Sand it, get it prepped, ready for paint, and then go pick up some paint before the rain starts, spray it in.
Yeah, so even if it does start raining, we're gonna go into the tent. I think
push it in here a little bit.
Push it in there. I'm just saying, painting wise, we'll still be able to paint.
Yeah, we can paint the frame rails outside, like out here, because it's not much. It doesn't have clear coat. This is basically just a matte blue. It may have a little, look at the frame rails. They're not even fully painted.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, you know, we're just gonna throw blue over it so it'll match, look original.
Just to give it that tint, but let's get to it, guys. so that's pretty much it for the wires. We got them all tucked back as far as we can go. What are we gonna do? Mask it off about somewhere down there?
Just throw some sheeting over it, over the engine. Not much. Don't really need that much sheeting, but yeah, we're just gonna mask it off to like somewhere around here. Grind this down, scuff all this, and paint it. And that should be it for this rebar. And then we'll work on the fenders and underneath the hood and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then while it's drying, once it's dries, we're gonna jump off of that and start putting the front end together again.
Exactly. So you can see we did start grinding here at the shop, but we just kind of ran out of time. So there will be some more grinding there, possibly some glazing putty to fix it, make it look perfect, and then get it ready for paint. So let's get to grinding.
All right, guys, some of you may be wondering, did we pull the motor out? No, we did not. We did not pull the motor out. It's still here, right up under there. We just had to cover it up so the little sparks and whatnot doesn't go flying all over the motor, burning it up. The engine is there, so we're gonna have a lot of questions asking about where the engine went. The 5.0 is under there.
It may not look like it's there right now, kind of see-through right now, but yeah, we did have to cover it up just to avoid sparks on anything that was unnecessary. Hopefully this stuff doesn't catch on fire, but I think we'll be all right as long as we make sure nothing flies on anything unnecessary.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
What do you got on there? A flap disc?
I'm gonna use, yeah, flap disc. I think it's a 180 grit to smooth it out really nice. And if there is areas where it needs to be welded, we do have a welder, and I'll re-weld it. So let's get to that.
Make sure to wear your safety first, though.
Yep. Open your eyes. All right, guys. So let's get to it.
Alright, so that rain just came out of nowhere. Woo! Luckily we had just enough time to pull in here. Interior got a little bit soaked, but that'll be alright. As long as the weld spots didn't get any rain on them. We don't want no rust. Woo-wee. Hopefully it stops here soon, but we're gonna still be working regardless. The rain just stopped. Poor Thomas over here got soaked. I don't know where he was at. I didn't even see him, but you're gonna have to sit inside, dry up a little bit. But we're probably gonna pull the car back outside, somewhere over there, halfway in the garage possibly. I don't know, I'm gonna check the weather right quick. If it's not gonna rain anymore, we're gonna go all the way back outside and we're gonna continue grinding.
This is Sparta!
Alright, so we pulled it about midway into the garage and we took the hood off, set it over there, and we're gonna continue grinding. Grinded down for the most part. Looks good. Looking good there. This rail also. We're actually gonna run to the shop right quick and pick up some paint. He's getting the paint code. What's it saying?
I don't know, I really don't see it on here, but I took a picture of it just in case.
Took a picture of the VIN. Anything on that door?
Oh, might have to check on that door.
Maybe, oh, I got a perfect idea. We can grab this vent. Maybe they can match something up.
Yeah,
I guess so. I'm gonna take this with us, and we're gonna show them the VIN number. And I think so. They could probably find the code for us. So we're gonna head that way. Here at the shop. Let's go get some paint. Got another Mustang here. It's not a 5.0, but I like the color.
What's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
Is it N6?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Can only mix it in the good stuff.
Look at all these colors, bro.
When the sun's on it, it's like a totally different color, and then when there's a shade on it, it's like,
just like dark, you know?
Yeah, it like changes colors really, really fast.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it'll be close enough to where nobody's reading.
Alright, let's do that.
Underneath and everything.
Alright guys, so we actually just went to O'Reilly's to get our paint because the shop that we usually get our paint from didn't have the colors that we needed, so we got our paint that we're going to use for the frame rails. It's a slight bit cheaper than the actual original paint that we're going to use.
Yeah, we actually got it for free because it was he thought it was going to be darker, but it was actually turned out a little bit lighter. But no biggie, we're going to mix in a little bit of black paint.
Yeah, and we did take this in there to kind of match up to this cheap stuff, but
that's not cheap stuff.
Oh, this is the actual paint?
This is that. No, this is Nason. It's just cheaper than this.
Yeah, it's cheaper than the original stuff, pretty much.
It's just a different color blue that's cheaper than our blue.
So pretty much we're going to use this for the frame rails and the inside of the fender and the hood, and this stuff is going to go for the body on the outside. So
yes,
let's move back and we'll talk a little bit more about the colors that we got. We got our paints right there. We're going to go ahead and hook up the welder. There are a few spots that we need to touch up.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of spots we need to touch up that we grinded a little bit through. You don't want to grind all the way through because you kind of want some of that weld there, so keep it strong. So there's just a few little spots that I'm just going to hit it. Takes like 2 seconds, and then after we weld that up, then we should be ready to put some putty on there and get it ready for paint. So it's just a simple weld, so let's weld that. Alright, so we're done welding. Now I'm just gonna grind down the little spot welds that I did. There was just some little tiny pinholes. I'm just gonna go ahead and grind them down real quick, throw some glazing putty, sand it, prime it, paint it, and then we should be good for the front end and call it a day.
Yeah, that'll probably be it for today. I thought we were gonna have time to paint the bottom of the hood,
but the rain.
Yeah, the inside of the fender, the rain kind of slowed us down a little bit, but it's just this took so much time that that's all we managed to get done for today. But still a pretty productive day because this is like a major task right here that we got to take care of properly and professionally. So let's get to it.
So I just grinded the spot welds down. We're gonna wax and grease remove it and start putting some icing on it. Spray it on there, clean it off with the rag.
This is what we're gonna use here because it's easy to sand and it dries pretty quick too.
And we're just gonna use a thin coat just to smooth it out. That's all we're using it for, just so it'll be smooth.
Nice thin coat. It's gonna look good, man. It's gonna look almost OEM.
Might have mixed a little bit too little. One side at a time.
Glazing putty is the way to go on stuff like this. The hard to reach places, the stuff that's not necessarily flat. Let that side dry. We're gonna mix up some more for this side over here. Man, it's gonna look good once it's primed and painted. Like nothing even happened. Like no crowd was harmed in this. In this build. See that? Looks so smooth. That's how you want to lay it down, as smooth as possible. That way it's
easier to sand.
Easier to sand. Getting dark on us, started raining. We had to cover up because we actually unplugged the battery or unhooked the battery and we didn't roll the windows up, so we just went ahead and covered it with that stuff there. Last and final side here.
The hardest side because
it's got all them little weird
places.
Whiskers. Look at them.
Alright guys, so I got my 180 on the block. Really soft block. Don't need nothing crazy around here. I might use my hands on some of these areas, but that's what I'm going to start off with, is a 180, because it's nothing too abrasive and it's just fairly smooth. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to sand this all out.
As he was sanding the glazing putty, I was scuffing the rest of the components that are going to get painted here, like this front bumper and also both of these rails over here that didn't get any glazing putty. So they're all sanded down, looks great, looks smooth. And now he's cleaning the primer gun, and we're just going to prime these small areas here where we did apply the actual glazing putty. Before we can spray it in, I'm actually going to go ahead and wax and grease remove it. pretty dry, I'm gonna go ahead and use this tack cloth to get rid of any loose overspray on the rest of the rails and also this rebar here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with this tack cloth. All right, so we did push this car back a little bit, a couple feet, just so the overspray doesn't get inside the house. I mean, it's not gonna be too bad because we are gonna be spraying with low pressure, but just a little bit better lighting also. Show you guys these rails, they look really good. Like I said, it looks like nothing even happened, man. Look at this side. Dang, son. As you can see here, the factory paint is not even that great. You can still see like the factory metal. I don't know if that's primer on it or something. Yeah, I think that's like primer. But we're gonna paint everything, including this front rebar. See what that paint looks like.
Yeah, we got some free blue paint. Can't complain. If it don't match, if it's way off, we'll use some of the original paint.
That's just gonna, we'll just use that as a tint.
This is a tint to cover it up, so we don't use too much of our actual paint because it is really expensive paint.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a joke. It's some really expensive
It's the most expensive paint we've ever bought, honestly.
The rest of the paint, you see how it's spotted? How the factory paint
I like that. It looks pretty good.
So I kind of like, you know.
Made it look factory pretty much. Turned out great. The color may be slightly off, but that's not a big deal because most of the stuff is going to be covered up. As long as it's the same color, the same
it's not
tint.
that bad. Just look at it. It's almost really close.
Yeah, it's really close actually.
Yeah, and under here they didn't really, the factory doesn't really like paint it. They just kind of overspray it because you can see
Missed
still
it
like
much.
primer, I guess, what that color is that they have under there. So
yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. So it basically looks factory right now.
You would never know that it was repaired, honestly. Like,
nope.
Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. We knocked out the paint work on the frame rails. We got them sanded down, primed, and painted, so they look great. After all that work right there that we did today, in the next video, it's going to be ready to put the whole front end assembly together, all the radiator supports, something that we've been waiting for, something that's going to put this build to the next process of the paint work and the body work, which we are really excited about. That's like the most exciting part about putting a car together is getting that final product finished, the paint and everything. So stay tuned, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also hit that post notifications button so you don't miss out on anything. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, the link will be down below. We got awesome content and little sneak peeks of what we're doing that day. Also guys, be sure to check out goonsquad.com. Copy a t-shirt, copy a hat, copy a decal. Be sure to copy something and support your boys. And our GoFundMe, we're really close to our goal. We're like a couple $100 away. So guys, we're gonna be throwing up that shop very soon. It's in the backyard over there. It's gonna be a metal building, but it's gonna be awesome. It's definitely gonna take our channel to the next level, and it's gonna help us produce better content. We got a lot of new stuff coming to the channel, so be sure to stay tuned, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.